Air raid sirens scream across Tel Aviv. Bombs fall in Tehran. Inflation spirals in London. Rent climbs in New York. This is war. Some of it on the battlefield, some in your wallet. But Jewish families, they've survived both for generations and gotten richer. Why? Because for thousands of years, from Nazi Germany to ancient Babylon, from pogroms to modern rockets, the Jewish people have faced extinction. And somehow risen richer, stronger, tighter, not because they were lucky, because they followed principles. Principles forged in war, sharpened by trauma. And now, they're your survival playbook. In today's financial chaos, rising rent, stagnant wages, digital debt, you're in a different kind of war. And here are 7 ancient rules to help you survive it. Eli is 27, lives in Leeds, or maybe New Jersey. He's got a job, a side hustle, and a load of stress. He's doing everything the economy told him to do. Got a degree, works late, pays taxes, tries to save. But somehow, every month ends with overdraft fees, payment failed emails, and silent anxiety. Meanwhile, the news tells him billionaires are getting richer, and half of them, Jewish. He stumbles across this stat. Jews are less than 3% of the US population, but hold a wildly disproportionate share of billionaire wealth. Another stat. They consistently report higher net worth and intergenerational wealth, even after genocide, exile, and systemic oppression. How? What do they know that the rest of us don't? In 1943, Jewish families in Nazi-occupied Poland smuggled gold under floorboards. In Hungary, children were taught how to barter before they were taught to read. In France, ghettos ran secret banks because Jews were banned from mainstream finance. They didn't learn money for wealth, they learned it for survival. Fast forward to today. Most of us weren't taught to save or invest. We were taught to consume. Eli realizes something painful. His money problems aren't just personal, they're generational. And to break free, he needs to stop thinking like a consumer and start thinking like a survivor. That night, Eli finds an old video. A rabbi explaining the word Tzedakah, charity in Hebrew, not as a donation, but as a divine obligation. Another clip shows a Holocaust survivor describing how money in the ghetto wasn't just about trade. It was about dignity, resilience, protection, planning. And suddenly, it hits him. Jewish financial wisdom wasn't designed for abundance. It was designed for crisis. Eli isn't in a literal war, but he's fighting. Rising rent, stagnant wages, silent burnout, a system that's stacked against him. And if these ancient rules helped people survive pogroms, death camps, exile, they can help him climb out of his overdraft. Eli knew something had to change. He needed a blueprint. Not for riches, but for resilience. Jewish kids are taught to divide every coin. Give. Save, invest, spend, learn. In the ghettos, barter wasn't just about goods. It was about reputation. Even the poorest gave 10%. Giving wasn't a luxury. It was spiritual hygiene. In medieval ghettos, books were smuggled like weapons. Wealth isn't toys, it's tools. Even scattered across continents, Jewish networks built collective strength. Stagnation is rot. Money must move, like blood. Eli didn't win the lottery, but he escaped the loop. Because money, used right, isn't just survival, it's spiritual architecture. Eli is not a millionaire, not yet. But now, he's not lost either. He's armed with clarity. He's earning more, spending less, giving regularly. He's no longer in survival mode. He's in strategy mode. The war still rages, around the world and in the economy. But now, he's got weapons. And so do you. These 7 rules, they weren't made for comfort. They were made for war. And they've been tested in every generation. If they worked for Holocaust survivors and refugees, they'll work for you. Which principle hit you hardest? Comment below. Subscribe. This isn't just a channel. It's your financial survival kit. You're not powerless. You're just uninformed. Now you're armed. Go make money like a survivor, like a strategist, like a Jew.